Hello everyone, my name is Aptanta Faiz and my student number is 0AA3. I'm from the TEFL A class, and today in this video I will present to you my material on microteaching. Enjoy. Hello students, welcome, and I hope you all well and ready to study some new materials. But before we get into the real material, I would like to give you a bit of a warm-up. Some people might call this as icebreaker or breaking the ice before the actual lesson, of course. So what I want you to do is very simple. I want you to fill the blank, as you can see from the sentences on your screen right now. So I want you to fill the blank with words that can substitute or change the subject or the first word. And then I will reveal the answer after you complete these sentences. So I will give you some time to work on these sentences. Right, the time is up. Now I will reveal the answer. Right, as you can see, some word at the beginning of the sentence can be changed or substituted with different words, but still they have the same meaning. So, how many of you got them right? How many of you got them correctly? Well, I would say congratulations if you successfully answered all of the questions and sentences. Now, did you know that some words can be changed or substituted by different words, as I mentioned previously, but they still have the same meaning? Well, in this video I will explain about parts of speech. This one is really important, so I want you all to pay attention and take some notes if it's necessary. So the first one is, what is part of speech? A part of speech is a term used in traditional grammar for one of the 9 main categories into which words are classified according to their functions in sentences, such as nouns or verbs, also known as word classes. These are the building blocks of grammar. Right, every sentence you write or speak in English includes words that fall into some of the 9 parts of speech. Learning the names of the parts of speech probably won't make you witty, healthy, wealthy, or even wise. In fact, learning just the names of the part of speech won't even make you a better writer. However, you will gain a basic understanding of sentence structure and the English language by familiarizing yourself with these labels. Right, there are 9 parts of speech in the English language. The part of speech tell us how the word function in the meaning as well as its use in grammar. Understanding them is very essential to deliver the right message. So we have the first one is noun, and then we have pronoun, and then we have verb, followed by adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, articles and determiners, and the last one is interjection. Now I will explain to you all what are the 9 parts of speech. Right, we start with the first one, which is noun. So a noun is a word for a person, place, thing, or idea. They can take on a myriad of roles in a sentence, from the subject of it all to the object of an action. They are capitalized when they are the official name of something or someone, called proper nouns in these cases. And a noun can be function in a sentence as a subject, a direct object, also indirect object, a subject complement, an object complement, an appositive, an adjective, or even an adverb. And you can see the examples of noun. We have boy, restaurant, dog, and hope. Move on to the second part of speech. We have pronoun. It has a quite similar name with the previous one. A pronoun is a word that takes place of a noun. A pronoun is used to substitute for a specific noun, which is called the antecedent. And you can see the examples. We have he, she, we, they, our, and me. Just like the previous icebreaker game that we had. Right, moving on to the next part of speech. We have verb. A verb tells what action someone or something is doing. It also expresses state of being. Verbs change form based on tense. For example, present tense or even past tense. And count distinction. For example, singular or plural verb. Now we have the examples of the action such as run, swim, jump, and sing. And then the state of being such as am, was, and are. Moving on to the next one, which is adjective. An adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. It usually answers the question of how many, what kind, or which one. Adjectives allow readers and listeners to use their senses to imagine something more clearly. And we have the examples. Happy, strong, less, few, purple, and beautiful. So sorry, I have a typo for the word beautiful. But yeah, moving on to the next part of speech. We have adverb. An adverb is a word that describes a verb, adjective, or another verb, or another adverb. It usually answers the question of when, where, how, why, under what conditions, or to what degree. And here are the examples. Perfectly, yesterday, here, and completely. Now we move on to the next part of speech, which is preposition. A preposition relates a noun or a pronoun to another word in the sentence. It is usually placed before a noun or pronoun to form a phrase, modifying another word in the sentence. They come at the start of a prepositional phrase, which contains a preposition and its object. We have the examples such as by, with, about, until, during, and across. Now we move on to the next one, which is conjunction. A conjunction joins words, phrases, or clauses. It indicates the relationship between the elements joined. For examples, and, but, or, while, and because. See, I've just used the conjunction and. Right, moving on to articles and determiners. Articles and determiners function like adjectives. By modifying nouns, but they are different than adjectives in that they are necessary for a sentence to have proper syntax. Articles and determiners specify and identify nouns, and there are indefinite and definite articles. Right, we have the examples such as articles a, an, and the. For example, you can say a boy, or an apple, or even the boy, or the apple. And then we have determiners, which is these, that, those, enough. What is that? Enough, much, which, and what. Now move on to the last part of speech, which is interjection. An interjection is a word that expresses an emotion or strong feelings. It is often followed by an exclamation point. For examples, oh, wow, oh my. And last one is oops. You have to remember, you have to be very clear with this interjection, because you need to add the exclamation point at the end of the word. Right, now since we have come to an end for our material, and I will give you the task. Right, now I have some tasks for you to do for our next class. As you can see, there will be two tasks, individual and group task. You should finish the individual task first before working on your group one. Right, what you need to do in your individual task is to make some examples in the form of sentences which contain two or more parts of speech. After you finish the individual task, you have to focus on your group task. First, you need to make or find group, and each group must have 4 members inside of the group. After you found your group, you need to do a discussion about your answers, your previous answers in the individual task, and then you will have to present your result or group work for the next class in next week, of course. Alright, and next week activity we will have presentation, as I have mentioned earlier, and then we're gonna have discussion and question and answers. So if you have any questions regarding this material, do let me know next week, of course. Now you have to study and read the material and watch the video over and over again. Right, so I hope you understand your task and the material for today's lesson. That's all from me, and I will see you next week. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.